Okay, hi, welcome to Dee Dee's Hut, guys. You have to excuse the hand, I'm all bandaged up because it's poorly. I don't know why or anything, but yes, it is poorly. Anybody on YouTube that know how to use YouTube properly could give me a hand in the music side. I can't have anything on. I can't play music. I can't listen to Spotify or anything like that at all. So if anybody could give me a tip on why, well, I know why, obviously, because it's copyright and all that lot. Because I recently downloaded I did a video, edited it, everything, an hour and a half long it was, how to do lines. I've done it again, it's only half an hour long this time, silence in the background, so I'm hoping, actually it's just editing now, converting it all now, so hoping this one works because there's nothing in the background, but it said on YouTube unavailable for public show due to a Disney copyright. So Disney disallowed it because I was watching something on Netflix. Now I seriously don't understand why they would do that, because to me that is advertisement for them. So why would they stop? But anyway, if there is anyone out there that does use YouTube a lot and is watching this right now, could you possibly comment below what music I can listen to, maybe in the background, that will get allowed on YouTube? Because I currently have no idea how or what I'm doing with it. So right at the minute I'm currently trying to get Netflix to work through my headphones, and it won't work. I think it's because I've put my other, let's see, sorry about this, guys. It seems that we may be ready to go. Okay, so I am drawing this lovely little pug at the moment in colour, so I thought I'd do a YouTube video. Just probably an hour longish one, so you can watch me draw it basically. I was going to go live, but can't go live at the same time as I'm editing a video. So let's see if we can zoom in for you a little bit. Probably have to mess things up again here. Webcam settings, panel is here, so show me them. Right, so advanced zoom. See if we can get a zoom in. Let me see where we are. Have we zoomed way too far out? Maybe if I pull it this way. And push it a bit that way. Right. I think we are about ready to go. Now I have my photo in front of me. I'm using Carandache now. At the minute I'm going to be using Primrose as just a underlayer for below the eye. This is a Carandache Luminance. I think I've just said that. Really light-handed, just gotta build the layers. using the light flesh. Just as an underlayer again, because this bit is actually quite brown, but in case I need to do some scratching out later on, we will keep the base layer light, because underneath these brown flecks of fur we have the yellow. I'll put a bit of it there, I think. Going to put some ivory there also from my Faber Castell. Put some on the eye here. It's quite light around here. Audio is right, isn't it? You can't hear me, can't you? Because sometimes it can be a bit poor, the audio, especially if I'm only speaking really low, which I will do when I'm drawing, because obviously I'm concentrating. Coming back to put a little bit of peach into this eye, above the eye. It's all time consuming and very time consuming, but it is all worth it in the end. Now I need indigo blue from the Faber Castell range. Put that around here. Put a little bit too much in there, I think. Take some of that out. You can see, like, there is an eyeball here, and there are, like, walnut brown, Keeping this walnut brown coming through here as well. Just darken this up a little bit. Give my pencil a quick sharpen. Bring this round. I'm actually using black at the minute from the Faber Castell. Really lightly putting some black in onto this. Really lightly. I hate using black. Here I have got very thin. It's a dark brown very thin from Prismacolor range. Just going to put a few markings in here where I know there are some. Need a really dark brown. I think I might go with the sepia 50% for this side bit here. It's actually not dark enough. Maybe dark enough for up there, but not that side bit at the side. So up here is quite grey, but I want to make sure I've got down a layer of ivory up here. I think I've already previously put down a layer of ivory, so maybe I could go straight over with the grey now. It's really dark here. There's a dark, do we have any black area here? I really need a brown very dark brown. So I am going to go with sepia on its own, just sepia. Doesn't need sharpening, still brilliant. I'm going to bring this around here and darken all this area up under here. It's really sharp, so I need to be able to get into these fibres of the paper. Yeah, so I don't do much talking in these videos. Maybe they won't even get watched that much or commented on or anything. But I'm gonna do them anyway, just to get some. Oh, poop! I hope I haven't messed anything up doing that. Accidentally pressed on my mouse. Just using this sepia to darken up this area up at the top of the eye. Sorry, I was miles away. A good bit has just come on my film that I'm watching on Netflix. Not being ignorant, honestly. I use my Faber Castell Warm Grey 1 to blend some of this in a bit. Just using this cream basically to blend all that in. in some lines here. Not doing much really with this, just putting in some like underlayers. Just mixing all the colours that I can see under here into I can actually see some quite peachy colour here, so I'm actually going to put some peach. Just come above his nose, his nose, just to mark it out. Black Faber Castell just to get it a little bit darker without having to use too many pencils. Now I am using my walnut brown Faber Castell. Get it darker again. No, don't like it. Don't like that. Let's keep it there. I'm going to put a little bit of purple in here. Just mixing my primrose and my primrose from my Luminance range and my Carandache ivory from my Polychromos range to get around this at the minute. It's quite peachy again around here. Comes right up to here actually, that peachy colour, doesn't it? I think I'm going to have to shut this piece down. So put in a bit more peach in around here, thanks. Because he's not as dark around his eye here. Quite light, to be fair. Mixed together with the ivory. Pardon me if you could hear that. I wonder if it'd get banned if I started singing. Not that I'm going to put you into that, affect you with my singing. But I wonder if it'd get banned if I started singing. Using my dark sepia for this bit, because the kid seems to be coming up here. Going to put some peach again in here. I'm going to take a cold grey, I think, and put some of that in here. Really peachy, and his or her As you can tell, it takes time to build up layers on your portraits. Dropped a bit cold in here all of a sudden. I use some of this very thin because it's such a hard nib, because it's such a hard lead that it really gets you pencil into the grain of the paper. It's really good for that. So I really do like my brown very thins. Many artists on Facebook, I mean on YouTube and Facebook, but and you will find we all have our own ways of doing things. I like to start off with light layers on the bottom, no matter what I'm doing, even if I'm doing something that's really dark. I start off with a blank, either a light warm grey, like this one, warm grey one, base colour, or I will start off with an ivory base colour, or even sometimes, but very barely, I'll start off with just pure white. And it will usually be a Faber Castell Polychromos range that I will start off, but I do love my Luminance. My Luminance base colours can range from the primrose to the white to the buff titanium, and I've also been known to use the silver grey, which is a lovely colour. I am going to use my quick sharpener for this, my helix, because it's quite fast, and I'm thinking that this is going to go in here rather well, my silver, to take the blue down a bit, because it's not massively blue in there. So yes, this is going quite well at the minute. I don't like to speak too soon, but yeah, I like taking my time. What colour is this? The olive brown 10% also looks like a good underlayer colour. Just wanted to get the end off that. This might look as good as a really good undercolour layer for this bit. 10% olive brown. And we have been going for 44 minutes at the minute. Just proves how long these things actually do take. Always stay in the way the for direction of your photo reference. Going to take some of this and put this in here as well. Actually, I really like this colour as base layer. Eventually you do find your colour that works well for you, that it works well for your base layer. So yes, I do like my olive brown, and I will, right, that down that I like at the base. Olive brown. Well, write it down in my book. So yes, here on my photo reference we have quite a lot of peach. So I'm going to put some peach in here. I'm going to try and start speeding this up a little bit now. Now that I've come away from my eye area, even though I haven't done my top layer of my eyes, I am going to start speeding this up just a tad. Put a little bit of peach in with this olive brown to blend it back a little bit. You will always see a colour in a reference photo. You will see a colour in it that you wouldn't imagine to be there, but it is. Even like green, because it could be in a light foresty environment or something, and it's reflecting off his skin. Like this one is a pug and you won't expect him to have peach colour, but he has. Well, maybe you would expect him to have peach colour actually, because he's a pug. So they are like peachy in the areas. This is really peach down this end. Gotta be on the white, only this bit. I really do like this olive brown for this dog. I cannot believe we are already on to the 29th of January 2020. It's gone so fast. Where's my little bead gone? Wonder if I could use a maybe a pinky bit. Yeah. Put some of that pink in there. thing I like to do as well, because I get bored quite easily, so I like to flit about. So I'm going to put some of his ear in and just make a, just like, oh God, what have I done? It's quite dark, it's here, so I ain't pressing on with these colours, by the way. Don't press on, just sort of like get the colours underneath the fibres, sort of thing. Can't make out what part of this is it here. I think it comes around here and then drops underneath there, and again a little bit there. So maybe that bit doesn't need to be in there. I'm going to put some blue into this ear. I need this to be quite dark, but then I need some peaching coming up on here. I need to be able to move him. Moving down there like that so that I can see what's going on. Some grey grey around here for his ear because it's light here. gonna put a little bit of this. What is this? Burnt sienna up into the top of the ear. Put a bit more of this raw sienna down here as well. I'm going to use a bit of violet grey. Just like sort of blocking in where I can see bits that I need to put in with the colours that I think need it to go underneath. I do like using the very thins for stuff like this. And then I'm going to use my dark blue for the nose. Yay, you're wondering why I'm using dark blue. I don't like using black, basically. I'll either use dark blue or dark brown. But there, I think I'm going to use, I think I've actually already got everything out. This raw sienna. It's really dark. I'm going to put some whiting on here because it is really quite light up here. So I'm going to mix in really lightly some white. There's all sorts of different colours in here, so you're going to have to bear with me, and I'm just peaching, putting grey in, peach, grey, brown, grey, peach, brown, Naples ochre, olive brown, white, all sorts of them colours, all just to bring it to the colour that it shows that it is on the screen, basically. just blocking in where I can see darker bits at the minute, so I don't lose them. Under is here is really dark, so I'm going to use a sepia. I can even see some blue around this area, so I'm going to put some blue in. See, when you look at your reference photo, you will notice areas. You will just see a colour, you've got to put it in. Well, I've got to put it in when I see it. As soon as I see that colour, I put it in. I can see some deep red underneath here. Then we have the grey. And I put some of the Carandache grey down in here as well. I use the brown to gotta be kidding me. Some markings in here. Grey down inside there's an under layer. God, I am absolutely freezing cold. I'm gonna have to switch my heater up, I think. Cold. It's freezing. Oh, it's so cold. Sometimes I wonder if painting would be quicker. Don't know why I just said that, because Netflix has just flipped out on me as well. So I don't know why that just flicked out on me. I think my internet keeps dropping. My internet is absolute poo in this house. I've got it back. Started to put some furry bits in now on the ears. Just a few, just to make it look a bit furry on the edges. Obviously going to be more furrier than this. Just putting the markings in that I can see under here really lightly with this. It is a French grey 10%. Just putting it in really lightly, these markings that I can see underneath. Well, these are actually above. Right, I'm going to start putting in some light layers of ivory. Over this top bit now. I think I actually need a violet purple for this bit. And I'm going to put violet brown. See, it doesn't matter how long a portrait takes, so long as you get it right. So I can keep that in your brain. A bit more red under here. I actually think I'm going to put some Spotify on for a change. Because just the colours that you see, just like sort of keep building them up, if you can know what I mean. It's like I wrote down my base colour, I wrote it down that I liked the olive brown, so I know that this olive brown is my lifesaver now, because I know basically this is the one I want to use. Always keeping the same you know, the way the fur goes, or circular motions. And they're going to starting to darken him up now, and start to pop soon. really hope it doesn't stop me from being able to put this on YouTube, just because I've mentioned a few things. Surely not. Got lines up here. Like I say, if anybody does know how I can listen to, like, even just classical music, if it has to be, any sort of music in the background when you're doing a YouTube video, why, how I do it, and then rather than having to use my headphones all the time. Starting to put some detail into this top. Well, and when you put your markings in, just blend it back. It's actually quite white, so I'm going to put a white base layer under here, because it is quite white underneath on this bit. Blend them hairs back a little bit with my white. I want him to stand out from this white paper, and so I'm gonna give him sort of even though he's quite light on the paper, he's a quite light coloured dog, I'm gonna make sure that the outline of him blends in a little bit more, because otherwise you won't be able to see him, because he's quite white up top because of all the light shining on him. So I am going to bring him in a little bit so you can see him. You can't see him there, can you? That's better with it. You couldn't see that then, could you? Sorry. Could you have looked up? So you put that bit in there. Remember, I put a white base layer down on here, so this ain't gonna go that as dark. When I put this down, it's not gonna go as dark as it would if you hadn't have put the white down before. I'm actually gonna light Luminance. No, I'm gonna get my buff titanium. I love buff titanium. It is buff titanium. Yep, buff titanium. I absolutely love this pencil. It's not white, it's not ivory, it's just like sorting in between, but it blends so well. Colours that you have put down. Can't make my mind up if I'm going to put a solvent on it or not. Can't make my mind up. See, look how it blended that out there, that buff titanium, but without really taking away the colour of it, what I'd put down. I'm only using this very lightly, by the way. Don't press on, because as soon as you press on, you start, God, I can't remember what they call it now. Don't press on until you want to burnish. That's the word I'm looking for. If you press on, that's when you start burnishing, and you don't want to burnish at this stage because you haven't got your layers on the top. You're just basically blending your underlayer in at this stage. Basically, like sort of like laying down fur, if you know what I mean. What time are we at? I think I want to take this to a 2-hour video. And then I shall put it through the editor and start editing it and go and get something to eat, and then come back and do some more. I don't know if yeah, I will. Go on then, I'll do a treat and upload the whole of the dog in slow-mo. Oh, poo! You know, I forgot to set my bloody time lapse. Oh, God. All that work I've just done and I haven't time lapsed it. Such a good job that I realise now before I start putting top layer in. Right, buff titanium, you are my beautiful baby. I have missed my coloured pencils. I must admit I do like doing colour more than graphite now. I used to adore graphite, but now I would rather do colour. It's much more intense and colourful. So yeah, I definitely would do and really enjoy colour. Colour, just using here and think of Thames grey, slate grey. Yep, just plain slate grey. Just blend it a little bit into there because it's not major. It's under here. Some red in there as well, so I'm gonna have to remember that. Red comes through that bit as well. I'm going to put it in now so I don't forget. I don't miss it. This is a Crimson Aubergine of the Luminance range, going in there just a little bit. Better be careful on there. It's a bit of a line there, so I need to get I'm starving. The only reason I'm just thinking that I didn't really want to do it all is because I can't watch Netflix properly or anything. So other than my earphones, and then that just takes away my I don't talk much because I'm listening to a film. But then again, I don't talk much anyway because I'm concentrating, so it makes no difference, I suppose. I need something that's not black but near enough black. I've already got that one on her. No, I haven't. Castle Earth we're going to use now. This is a really dark brown. Time, patience. Red. I think I might use this Tuscan red actually from these everything. Trying to put a little bit of detail in now. This is where I really need to concentrate to get all these lines in correct. Yes, I'm using Tuscan red over everything, and I know it's not red, it is actually a dark brown, but I want to get a good underlayer. I want it to stand out. I'm going to use my normal sharpener for this one. I can't believe we've been going for 2 hours now. I think this is actually going to be a little bit longer than 2 hours. I just want to get these bits in on video on this one. Just so you can see it come together. You went to I think I need to take a break, so I think I am going to leave this video here for now and make this as part one of my pug my pug drawing. So we'll just go over that again now with the buff titanium. Just blend it all back again. I think something very strange just happened to my YouTube. Right, yeah, so not my YouTube, my Spotify. I think I might actually put some solvent on this ear, just because I want it to be really dark underneath here, and I've got a funny feeling I'm not going to be able to get enough layers down on this bit. So I am, and you will be able to see wherever it is. The fact that you can use a solvent. I use Zestic pencil blend myself, and I just use a normal brush, just a puff brush, and I actually have a sponge in a tub, and I just like touch the sponge and it's got Zestic on it, and just sort of like brush it into the fibres. Just so I can get the colour right down into the that's better. It's a bit like painting this when you do this bit, I suppose. It's just so that I know it's definitely gone down deep into the fibres. Don't go over your light bits when you've got your dark onto your brush, because you don't want them dark. You need to wipe it back off onto your brush. Unless you want it dark, don't touch it with your brush. When you've got dark on your brush, I mean. I don't think I really need to have that dark, but I'm going to put a little bit down there anyway. Now clean my brush by doing that, because that just adds clean solvent back, so I can do my light bits now and just add into the light. Make sure you 100% let that dry before you even attempt to go over the top with any more pencil. Make sure you 100% let it dry. Do not try to go over again while it is wet, because you will just wreck your work. Basically, you will just flatten everything that you've done. It won't take any more layers. So yeah, I am going to leave it there for the first part of the pug. I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. I will upload part 2, so keep your eye out for part 2 as well. Thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you do like. And as I say, I will do part 2 of the pug. We will just call it the pug, I think. The pug look. Maybe we'll give it a good name. Thank you again for watching, guys. Hopefully you've watched it all the way through and seen what I've done and how I do my layering process. It is not complete yet. The layering on this side is not complete at all yet. It's got a long way to go. So please do join me in part 2, and I will show you the next step. Okay, thanks guys. Stay safe out there and have fun whatever you're doing. Okay, bye.